Hello and welcome to another episode of the Farr Show, where I am Damien Farr, and tonight we're talking about Disney Plus updates. And I know what you're thinking. Damien, why are you wearing a blue shirt on a blue background? I like this pocket. I don't put anything in there, but I really like having it. So that's the reason I wore this shirt. I really like pocket. I don't know. So, we're doing a Disney Plus update. And I know what you're thinking. Damien, there's another camera. I know. There's what I'm now giving the name the Bond Cam. We got the Spidey Cam, and now we got the Bond Cam. Desk cam didn't sound as cool, because we got Spidey Cam, we got Bond Cam. So, I mean, it just seemed fitting that it's called the Bond Cam, seeing how Sony used to have the rights to James Bond movies internationally, so I felt that was the way to go. So, let's start talking about Mandalorian Season 2, because I didn't talk about Mandalorian Season 2, and I feel like now's the time to talk about it, now that I want to do a kind of an update on Disney Plus. Mandalorian Season 1, you know me, I really loved it. Think it was great. I would say Season 2 is just a little, not as good, honestly. Seems there's way too many fetch quests episodes where it's like, here, you gotta do this to get this done. And it's like, you're not really helping get the kid where he needs to go. Case in point, don't get me wrong, love the first episode. It's a Western themed side quest is what I put here in the notes. Where he helps a marshal get rid of a big monster that's coming to the town and killing people. For Boba Fett's armor. Which is like, okay, I mean, it's Mandalorian armor, you want your armor, but how is this helping you get the kid to his people? Or Jedi, or anything for that matter. How is this helping? It's not. This is a side quest. Then we got another one, which is the Frog Lady episode, or the Passenger, where Baby Yoda's eating her eggs. Once again, another side quest episode, honestly. Like, you can get to a guy on this planet, you can make money by taking her. Side quest episode, once again. That's the biggest problem I have with this episode, or this season. It's just all these side quest episodes. Like, they don't further the plot too much. Once again, another episode. The Siege, or they meet some more Mandalorians that take off their helmets. So these are other versions of Mandalorians. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I love the movies. That's pretty much all I've seen is the movies. I've played Jedi Knight, or Jedi Fallen Order, and I played Battlefront. I haven't played too much, other than the pod racing game, ironically enough, I really love. But I didn't know there was two types of Mandalorian, so that was kind of cool. But it's still weird that, okay, we're going to help you, and then they do really nothing for him until, spoiler alert, the end of the season where they come to help him get the kid back, but it's still like, really? Really? And they're not even doing it for the kid. They're doing it because, hey, this guy has the dark saber and it belongs to us. Okay. Then, next episode is blowing up a base. That's really all it is. They blow up a base. Once again, doesn't really help too much with getting the kid to where he needs to be, but still. Then you got Chapter 13, which is called The Jedi with Ahsoka Tano. I watched a little bit of the Clone Wars. I did not watch Rebels, so it was cool to see her back. I mean, that was kind of cool. Honestly, once again, this season is just like filler episodes. I like it, but I don't like it because it's just all episodes that I'm like, why do I need this? Why did I need to see this in particular? What makes me need to see this, honestly? So, I mean, the next episode after Ahsoka's back, they had to bring back another character, which is Boba Fett. They had to bring him back? Like, I get it. Boba Fett was gonna come back. But you're really just getting the nostalgia value here. Ahsoka and Boba Fett. So it's cool, but still. And then the Razor Crest blows up, so that's kind of unfortunate. Good thing I didn't buy the Lego set. Still want to buy the Milano Lego set or the Death Star Lego set, but that's not important. Then, honestly, my favorite video, or my favorite episode of the series, other than maybe the last episode, is episode 15, or chapter 15, which is The Believer. And Bill Burr is back. The man who doesn't like Star Wars is back. I mean, that's the most important thing to point out. He's back, and the Stormtrooper trope is back, where somebody dresses up as a Stormtrooper or an Imperial Guard or something, And I like that. It started with A New Hope. It's continued throughout multiple movies here and there. I like that. And then finally we got the final episode, which I'm going to keep looking at the main cam, which is the rescue. Save the kids. Or save the kid. That's pretty much the gist. They got to rescue the kid because the kid was taken earlier. They give him a name of Grogu also. So, you know. And Luke Skywalker shows up. So, what you're saying is 3 of these 8 episodes are all just nostalgia based. Like, that's honestly what it is. Ahsoka Tano, Luke Skywalker, Boba Fett, all come back. Bill Burr was a nostalgia from the first season, but I'm okay with that. I will accept that deal. So, honestly, this season was not as good as the last season. Was it still a good season? Yes, it was still a good season. It's still worth watching. But what are they going to do after season 2 now that he doesn't have the kid? That was the main attachment, is the father-son dynamic that they had, which we'll admit, they had. They had the father-son dynamic. What do you do now? Seriously, what do you do now? Does he, like, visit him on the weekends or something? Star Wars weekends? I don't know. So, we'll see what they do with season 3. And they have so many spin-offs. Guys, Star Wars and Marvel, I get it. These are huge franchises, and I love them both. You can't overdo it. I liked how they were releasing a Star Wars movie a year. That was nice. If they could keep it like a Star Wars movie and 2 shows a year, easy. I will watch them. But now that you're getting to the point where it's show upon show upon show, movie upon movie upon movie, I'm gonna start getting picky and choosy, honestly. Now that we got my little rant out, let's start talking about WandaVision. This show, other than the first 2 episodes, is amazing. So, before we get too far into WandaVision, I'd give the last season of Mandalorian an FAR. So, it's good, but it's not great. I mean, it's definitely worth watching and owning Disney Plus to watch. But I don't think I'm going to watch it again until the next season to re-watch and get re-caught up, pretty much. Then we're going to WandaVision, where this show, this season, wow, I was blown away, actually, how good this season was. Other than the first 2 episodes. I'm going to throw those 2 under the bus. The first episode was a terrible sitcom, honestly. That's all there is to say. Second episode, another terrible sitcom. I get that they want to establish the tone that, hey, this is sitcoms. Well, just skip those 2, watch episode 3, and then watch it as a 7-part series instead of a 9-part series, because that's the way to go, honestly. Then they got Now in Color is the next episode. The biggest thing I want to point out is they recap episode 1 and 2, the big major things, which for episode 1 is pretty much nothing. And for episode 2 is Woo's on the radio trying to get a hold of her, and then the beekeeper at the end, which is cool. But I think the way they should have did it, honestly, is they had it where they went like, here, this is what actually happened in the real world, not in Westview. Why didn't you cut those in? I get that you wanted suspense, but we knew something was off. Let's just be honest there. We all knew it. So, come on. Then you got the twins in this episode, and you get to see part of the outside world, which was really nice, seeing the outside world a little bit more. I like the way they were going there. Then you got We Interrupt This Program is the name of the episode. The blip happened, and they showed how people came back, and that's gotta be really weird. Suddenly you're gone, you think nothing of it, and then suddenly you're back, and it's 5 years later? That's gotta suck. How do taxes and everything work? What happened to you for the last 5 years? I got blipped. Well, you didn't pay taxes. The government doesn't care that you got blipped. I mean, who knows? The Woo is back. I'm gonna call him the Woo, obviously, because he's the Woo. Jimmy Woo is one of my favorite characters of the MCU, so I'm happy he's back. And Darcy is back. Honestly, I know people give her a lot of hate. I really like Darcy. Just something about her. I also really like Kat Dennings, but that's not important. I mean, I've only seen her in the MCU movies. I've never seen anything else she's in, but that's not important. Then, on a very special episode, this one was kind of cool too, where they were like, hey, you know, we're going to do something weird. And they recast Pietro with Evan Peters, the guy who played in the X-Men film movies, which is cool. Again, I like the idea of recasting him and then using a different actor from a different universe. That's cool. But then they kind of threw that away, which is okay. I like the expectation that people are like, this is him, this is it, this is it. And then it's like, no, it's not really it. Spoiler. And then we got the all-new Spooktacular, which is a Halloween episode, and the Hex expands and Darcy gets sucked in. That's the big way to point it out here. Then the next episode was Breaking the Fourth Wall, which they talk to camera a lot. Kind of like this, but, you know, it's a show, so they did it in a way that it was really weird. And Darcy and Vision are together, which I thought was cool. I want Wu and Darcy to get their own show, or Vision and Darcy to get their own show. Just give me a Wu show, honestly. Give me a Wu show. I need a Wu. I mean, just him investigating weird cases. Like, throw in characters that would not make it into the MCU proper. Make him investigate Frogman for all I care. I just bought the action figure, and I think it looks dumb, and I love it. So, make him investigate weird stuff. Then we got the previously on episode where Agatha shows up here. They retcon some things here. I mean, that's really, to say that she had powers the whole time, it makes sense now that you got the X-Men that you would want to do that. I mean, I don't blame you. There's White Vision, which I want the action figure for the original Vision and the White Vision. I'm not a guy who cares about color. I want them both. And then there's a Buick. All I could think is, man, the Buick's got a really great crash safety weighting here. I don't know what it is. And then we get to the final episode where it's a big CGI fight. Deadpool called it. For some reason, I was hoping Deadpool would show up, ironically enough. Of all the characters, I would have liked him to show up of the X-Men universe, and that would be it. But that's just me. I'm okay with this show. I think it was great. I think it's an FARR if you cut out the first 2 episodes. Cut those first 2 episodes out, it's great. The first 2 episodes, though, if you keep those, it's an FAR. It's not as good, honestly. But let's get to the post-credit scene. Monica is going to meet Nick Fury. They point up to space. Cool. Captain Marvel 2, it's probably going to happen. Let's just be honest there. And then we got the big reveal, which is setting up for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I'm excited. Wanda just sitting out in a log cabin in the middle of nowhere. That's cool. I was assuming Vision was going to show up, but Vision did not show up. And that's okay, I guess. But she's just going through the book in her astral form, which is cool as well. The biggest thing that kind of annoyed me, honestly, about this show is they set up the Vision, right? They set up Vision. A white Vision. I was really hoping because it's a comic book show. We gotta stress that. Comic book show. I was really hoping that they would take the Vision, the I guess made up version of Vision, and the white Vision, and merge them into one. Like that scene where they were not arguing, but, you know, thinking philosophically about what's going on here. They should have became one. He gave him all of his knowledge and everything up to that point too. So, I mean, Vision's out there. That's the biggest thing. Vision is out there, but what? Like, make him one character. Sell me 2 action figures. Honestly, I'll take every action figure. If you can give me, like, all these, like, a box set, like, of an old TV, and then Wanda and Vision throughout the show, their costumes and everything, I think that'd be sweet. Personally, I would buy that in a heartbeat. So, what did you think of Mandalorian Season 2, and what did you think of WandaVision? Tell me in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and have a far off night.